Hi folks, in this video I'm going to go over exercise 5 of chapter 4 to help give you a better sense of how to do these exercises. The exercises where you're supposed to write the algorithm in pseudocode or a flowchart are really fairly simple once you understand the problem. So the key to these is understanding the problem. So let's look at this problem in chapter 5. So we have to calculate successive values of x, and there's a pattern to it. And if you study these a minute, the pattern should be fairly clear. It is the next value of x is always 1 plus 1 over the previous value. There's the previous value. So x sub 2 is equal to 1 plus 1 over previous value. Right? Those two. So let's look at the next one. This is 1 plus 1 over the previous value. There's the previous value. 1 plus 1 over the previous value. Right? And this is confirmed here when we get up to where it says xn plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 over x sub n, right? The next value is equal to 1 plus 1 over the previous value. So for n greater than 1. Cool. Greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so now what we have to do is write pseudocode or a method in Java that computes x sub n. As n increases, the terms of this sequence get closer and closer to the golden ratio, or this value. Now you can Google the golden ratio. It's actually an interesting ratio. That is, if you don't know it already, there's lots of ties into culture, our culture, especially art. And we're supposed to say how close x10 is to the golden ratio. So we can't do this with pseudocode, but our Java code can tell us how close, because we're going to be outputting x sub 10, and we can compare it to the golden ratio, which is right there. Okay, so let's look at the pseudocode for this. So we need to input n, right? That's what we're going up to. We need to set x to its starting value. So we'll say x equal to 1. We need a variable that we can use to count up to n. So we'll just use k for that, and we'll set k equal to 1. And then we need our stopping condition. So we're going to go as long as k is less than n. Okay? And what do we do inside here? Well, we just say the new value of x equals 1 plus 1 divided by the old value of x. Now, right, at this point, you should understand that Java first evaluates over here, and then takes whatever that evaluates to and puts it over here. So over here, we're going to be using the existing value of x, or the old value, and over here, after all that's calculated, we have a new value of x. So that, in essence, is x sub 2 there. Right? Then all we need to do is increment k. And that's it. That's this entire algorithm. So this will keep happening. This loop will keep occurring until k becomes equal to n. Right? And because we already have the first value of x, that's x sub 1, this will occur 9 times. The loop will loop 9 times. And because we're going to enter 10 here, and so that will give us the 10th version. That will give us x sub 10. And so we're going to now simply output x. And that's it. That's the algorithm. Now let's look at that in the pseudocode. Put that up there next to it. Sorry, this is our pseudocode. There's our Java code. Golden ratio takes in as a parameter n. There's our input n. We set k to 1. Is an integer double. X is 1. And because we're using a double because we don't want to do integer division. We want to do regular division. Then while k is less than n, it's exactly there, x, new value of x equals 1 plus 1 over the old value of x. K equals k plus 1, return x. Right? So that's all there is to this particular problem. The key to it really is understanding the problem. And what I think is perhaps going on is that you guys are not spending enough time understanding the problem. You have to figure out the pattern of the problem, sort of break it down, and then once you've done that, you're going to find producing for these exercises in chapter 4, plus in general with computer science, once you understand the problem, developing the algorithm to solve it, writing the code, becomes relatively trivial. The bulk of your effort, and really the most interesting questions, involve understanding the problem. So make sure you spend the time to understand the question before you try to answer it. Thanks.